Hi, my name is Ashley and I'm going to show you a quick way to wrap your baby in a ring sling because they're my favorite for quick and easy on the go. Let me show you first how you want to thread your sling. You want the material to go through both rings, and I did this just to save time already, and then you want it to lift up the top one and come up underneath it. It's like those old belts from the 80s if you were a kid and grew up wearing those on the side of your with your t-shirts like me. You want to thread it not to where you see how this is overlapping. You want the bottom rail, and this is the bottom rail that you'll see right here. You want it to be on the far left-hand side. So I'm going to pull mine out right here, okay? Because you want to know where you're pulling will tighten that specific area. And then I kind of just take it and pull it all so that it is next to each other. So I know if I pull here, it's going to be more, just a little bit up from the bottom rail. And I'm going to do that to all of it. This was a DIY ring sling, but if you are going to look into buying ring slings, I would definitely look into buying something that has two different colors or a gradient dye for the different rails, because I swear sometimes I will get my other one that's the same color upside down because I just don't even realize it. So I have it all threaded, and sometimes there's a lot in there, and that's actually okay. You kind of want the more the better. So I know, and I kind of like that, you see how it's gradient here. I know the darker is the bottom rail and the top one is the top rail. Okay, so let's talk about placement. You want it across your back, as much as you possibly can get it, the wider the better. You don't want it riding up on your neck like this because it'll dig into your neck, and you don't want it falling too much over your shoulder, but I wouldn't worry too much about that until you have the baby on. I always start with my sling up on top of my shoulder, because when you get your baby in and you pull it, it's going to lower down. And you want the eventual position to be a corsage position. They say that, and I'm like, who wears corsages anymore? So here's my little beautiful model. Say hey, Rainy. This is how you put a baby in. I always put her over my shoulder. Of course, with your younger ones, you're going to kind of put them a little lower. Get both feet in. Now this is just the normal carry. If you have an infant, a young newborn baby, you're going to want to froggy their legs inside. Alright, so you're going to want to make a seat. Pull it up under their bum and high up underneath them. I don't know if you can see how I have it up underneath her here, kind of almost to the top of her pant line. Situate her in front. She's hip hugging your belly. Get the material all situated. Okay, it's pretty loose, so you keep a hold on your baby while you're doing this. Now, like I said, still high. You helping me out there? So I always like to tighten down towards up the bottom rail. So now it's kind of where you want your shoulder to kind of be in place a little bit. I'm going to pull my bottom one. Don't pull straight down, kind of pull out in front of you. It kind of helps a little better. And then I slowly work my way across. If you pull the whole thing, it's all going to get wadded up, and then you'll have an uneven tightness, and it just feels awkward and uncomfortable for you. And then I'm just going to tighten the top rail. Like I said, pull towards you. Sometimes bouncing your baby up so you can get a better pull. And then if you don't like that, you can adjust in specific places. See how it's ended in the corsage position. Now I made this a little too tight on my neck. Down right there. You can always lift up on the rings if it's too tight. And then I need a little tighter on the bottom. There we go. There we go. You can, if there's excess material here, my favorite thing to do is to roll this up and stick it underneath, because it kind of provides a little nice little padding. That way their arm isn't getting cut off their circulation. If you want their arm in, sometimes if they want to sleep, I'll put it up here, and it kind of gives them a nice little padding there. It's pretty stylish these days to wrap it If you're going to do that, you might want to make it a little tighter. And then you can wrap the ring so that the ring doesn't, you know, it is metal, so it doesn't hurt your baby. They wrap it in cute little positions, stick it out. You go like this. So once again, you want the material to their knees. You want their knees higher than their bum. See how the material is all the way up there, kind of to their belly. That's what we call a good seat. Now this one, this little girl tries to wiggle out of her seat, so I have to make it pretty tight. Notice that it's stretched all the way across my back. It's pretty darn comfy. There's no digging here. See how it goes from shoulder to neck, and that's how you wear a ring sling.